Well, hello there, and welcome back to another episode of our Blender character tutorial. So we're going to start off immediately by first adding a vertex color here to our character. Basically all you have to do is on the right you will see like a vertex tab. You just click on the plus sign and you will add a new vertex color to it. Here I'm just adding a vertex color node, and I press Control Tab to go into Vertex Painting mode. So here I'm going to use a black and white mask. The black is going to be basically like 0 and the white is going to be 1. And this will control where the makeup will be for the character. Yes, we're basically using vertex colors to make makeup, in this case the lipstick. And here on the bottom left corner you can see what I'm actually using for the reference for this character. It's mostly an inspiration, but I do copy certain parts of the outfit, as you can see. So I also added around the eyes some white mask to do the eyeliner. My recommendation is that you reverse the colors. Don't do it the way I did it here, where I converted everything to black and then I used like a white mask. Just do it the other way around. It's gonna be much easier. But I decided for this character to do it this way. So here I'm adding certain spots, so certain white spots in certain key areas that will be red. And you will see that in the future. So for those who are wondering, okay, why not texture maps? Why are you using Vertex Paint? Why not texture maps? Because to tell the truth, it's just personal preference really. I like vertex coloring. It's nice, simple, and it gets the job done. Plus, you don't have to UV unwrap, which is another big plus. But it's mostly just personal preference. So mostly what I'm using is just drawing with the draw brush and just smoothing out with the blur brush. So here it's time to actually use that mask. So first I duplicate like a mix RGB. Put the vertex color node into the factor. The second color is the color of the mask, the white mask. And you can see here how it ended up looking. Now, at this point I was not really happy with certain areas, so I decided to tweak it more. So here I'm adding another vertex color group. So I just duplicated the node and selected the second group. And then here I changed the color of the lips to be a little bit more red. You can also see here that on the previous vertex group I also changed the color as well. So here I'm adding a little bit of blush and also a little bit of redness to the nose. So now we're going to start working on the hoodie. So you can see here on the left side in the reference, that's going to be basically our guide for the hoodie. And for those who are wondering what this software in the bottom left corner is, it's basically like a reference software called PureRef. I recommend it. It's pretty good. It gets the job done. Very nice for storing references. So yeah, PureRef. It's free. Just Google it. So here we're going to be doing just some simple modeling to get the basic shape of the hoodie. You can see here that I have subdivision, but I've set it to simple for now. Later on, I change it to Catmull Clark. So here I decided to try out shrink wrap, see if it works. I changed the wrap method to be project. And then I applied it. And the reason why I did it this way is because it gives me a more precise wrapping around the body for the hoodie. And then I just go into scope mode and kind of push it away a little bit, enable subdivision to be Catmull Clark. And as you can see there for a second, it was looking very nice. Sure, I need to fix some problems there, but by doing it that way, the shrink wrap just allows me to position the vertices closer to where they need to be. So now we're going to do some sleeves. Scaling things around, extruding, rotating. So there you saw that I just edge creased those edges near the shoulder and moved them up a little bit to give that more of a sharper shoulder look. Once again, for those who are wondering, to edge crease, you just press Shift E, or in the end menu there is a slider that you can just use to increase the sharpness of an edge, or to increase the crease of the edge. So here I'm going to start working on the actual hoodie itself. So here I enabled mesh boundary for the grab brush. Well, and then I also disabled it. I don't know why. But basically what the mesh boundary does is it automatically masks the boundary of a mesh so you don't move it with your brush, which is very useful. As you can see here, I'm making the inside part of the hoodie. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to move the hoodie to be a little bit more wider, just like the reference. But if I don't have the inside of the hoodie, well, it's gonna look a little bit weird. So that's why I am making the inside. And once I finish doing that, I should be able to just make the hoodie wider, and it will look a little bit better. So here we're just talking about how certain things in 2D are just not inconsistent. And when you try to make a certain thing that's from 2D into 3D, you have to kind of improvise a little bit and also fix certain things, because while they might look good in 2D, they totally do not make sense in 3D. So just keep that in mind when you're following a 2D reference. Just, don't blindly follow it thinking like, oh, it's definitely how it's supposed to look. In most cases, well, in a lot of cases, the 2D artist has cheated because, we all like to cheat to, save some time, and certain things just don't make sense when you, actually translate them into 3D. And once again, for those who are wondering why my mesh looks in edit mode, it looks the same as in object mode. Well, basically that's why, the reason why it's doing that is because you can see there in the solidify modifier, you will see those 4 boxes, and as you can see here, all of 4 boxes are blue, including the one on the left, which is like an upside down triangle. If that box has been checked, basically enabled, that means that your mesh in edit mode will look the same as in object mode. And there you can see here, I disabled it for a second and then enabled it to show you the difference. So what I did there is I selected the parts that I want to sculpt. Then I pressed Ctrl I to invert the selection, and then pressed H to hide the selection. And then I went into sculpt mode, and then I moved those parts a little bit away. Another way you can do a similar thing is by masking them. And just to remind you guys, the way I mask is I press Ctrl Shift and then I do like a lasso tool. You just press and hold your left mouse button and you have like a lasso tool. There are other ways of masking, of course, And for those who are wondering, wait, hold on, the reference on the left, has like puffy sleeves. Why are your sleeves so like skin tight? Well, the thing is, later on in the process, we're going to be enabling a multi-resolution modifier, which I'll explain that when we get to that. But basically, we're going to puff up the sleeves at that moment. For now, we're just going to keep them skin tight. So here I'm using that multi-res modifier that I mentioned earlier. Basically, the multi-res modifier is subdivision and shape keys combined into one. Plus, it allows you to use it in sculpt mode, which is super amazing. So here I'm using the crease brush to add those details. You can see here on the right, there's a slider called pinch, and I just set it to 1 so that the crease brush pinches it nice and proper. Now, as you see here, one thing I should mention is that I don't have any mirror modifiers on the mirror modifier list on the right. You can't really see it, but trust me, I don't have any because the multi-resolution modifier does not actually work properly with the mirror modifier. So yeah, that's my last tip here for you guys. Make sure that you apply that mirror modifier, and then you can use the multi-res. But yeah, the video is going to be ending very soon. Thank you guys for sticking with me so far. as always, feel free to check out my Discord server. Links in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If everything goes right, the next episode should be tomorrow. We're going to be continuing basically pretty much where we left off. And yeah, that's it. Take care, have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.